The ocean is such a cool place with fishes and whales alike. But travel a little deeper and you'll see a hellish sight.
Alright everybody, welcome back to Randumb Snax. It's been a while. I can't even tell you or put a time period on when it's been, but it's been a while. But we got a lot of people back here with us. I was told I was told to address this one thing by Vincent. So, Marco, he told me to ask you, did you still feel the same way about gym girls?
Gym girls? Wait.
About them being 10s?
I said, now that you've been to the gym, gone with us,
Okay.
you can see what I mean about every girl in that gym is a 10, right?
So every girl is a lie, but but the majority of the ones that we recently started going to the gym, or I recently started going with Vince, the majority of them are very attractive.
See, it's amazing.
But everyone is not a 10.
8 or higher, bro.
So I guess
Right.
Yeah, okay. One thing I had to ask you too, I mean, not to go too far in it before we get into our topic, do you feel as if because you feel that way now that you went to the gym that it's harder for you to work out because you're paying attention to them, or are you still focused?
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, okay.
No. I feel like
harder in quotation marks?
it might be because Vince is like kind of being my trainer basically. But when he tells me to do something, I'm just laser focused. Like I just want to do it. So no, I think when I'm working out, I don't know. You like glance, but then it's like over in literally a split second.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, that being said, we have a new snack today.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Haley. I'm Marquise's sister.
Okay.
The yin to the yang.
Can't be too vulgar today.
Yeah, sure. I'm excited to be here.
How's it like that stopped anybody?
Yes.
Is that a female snack? Can we say that? Is that okay? Is that not offensive?
I
don't know. Like
Wait.
chocolate?
I'm not a female snack.
Did you forget that his lovely lady has been on the show?
Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say.
sorry.
She's not the first.
That's my sister, which the audience also doesn't know. Probably.
Yeah, I'm going to put a big sign that says, sorry, Monica.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it. Sorry.
So mean.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about remakes and reboots. What we like about them, what we don't like about them, the differences, all that. So we were having this long conversation about like different stuff, like everybody's big deal right now is The Little Mermaid, which I don't really understand it. I don't understand how people are so impacted on her race, I guess, when like she's a mermaid. That doesn't make sense. Because like one of my favorite memes is when they're all talking about how Melissa McCarthy is playing Ursula, and then they're all, no, she's been purple since the 80s. So it's like, but
what purple person do you know?
Kanye.
they would have to be a really black, really black.
Akon.
Bro, as long as they keep Sebastian and Flounder like somewhat
Yeah, I don't
similar,
think
I'll be
they
okay
are.
with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
think
like,
they're picking them out.
they usually in reboots they do some crazy thing where they make the extras someone that is like notable in real life. So it's like we talked about earlier, like Snoop Dogg. If he's like the freaking crab dude. Man, dude, I just don't want to hear for shizzle, my nizzle, my airizzle. I don't want to hear all that shit.
Under the seazzle.
Under the seazzle. I don't want none of that, man. And Flounder, he's still got to be a pussy.
Well, I see.
He has to.
Like, if you pay attention to that trailer, Flounder is in it or whatever, because when she's swimming up towards the hole, there's a flounder fish behind her.
Oh, he's little, though.
Yeah.
He's not the big fat flounder that we're used to, right?
Yeah, and I don't think
I
he's
wonder
yellow
if he's
either.
gonna talk at all.
Probably.
Yeah.
You think so?
Like how they did with the Lion
He's
King.
going
I
to
can
speak
see
black,
it doing
duh. That's what people think, right?
Wait, is Flounder black? Was he black?
No.
He's yellow.
Yeah.
So
Like,
getting
am I
into the real
misremembering?
topic, I think it comes down to the actual characterization, like Marquis said. It's like if you actually do hire a certain actor for him, just make sure that they play the part correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for example, I'll give you a quick trivia. What's the crab's name?
Sebastian.
He was actually written to be like a snobby British butler type. And then it was the songwriter Howard Ashman who thought like if he was like Jamaican, he'd give that the calypso vibe.
Yeah.
So it's like Andada C, like that.
Well, then when they did the ABC live action version, they did God, why can't I think of his name? I know the song.
ABC live action.
Yeah, the ABC did one, and it had Shaggy. Shaggy played Sebastian.
Nice.
So I'm okay with that. So he's Jamaican. Jamaican. What, Sean Paul?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of. Now that you said that.
Like, shove up to the
that
crowd.
world. We don't want that shit.
But yeah, like if they do the Jamaican thing, like I'm okay with them just doing. Let them be Jamaican.
Like,
Let 'em be
so
Jamaican.
my biggest thing is that they just have to have a good story. They just have to do like the characterization right, because it's the same thing like with the Avatar.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
that one was so bad, not because they like whitewashed everything,
Mhm.
just because they didn't do characters correctly. Like every single one of those actors were actually really good at like portraying their character, but if the director tells them, it's like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, and it's like, well, now you're dumb, now you're stupid.
And that's my thing. Like people are just so sensitive. Like why does
Yeah.
it matter?
Yeah.
Why does it matter if she's black or white? Because like I said, she's a fish. She's a
Yeah.
like,
Half
so-
fish.
yeah, and then it's like
Sure.
to go back to a comedy movie, Tropic Thunder. We all
Yeah.
loved Robert Downey as a
yeah.
black guy, and nobody had an issue with it.
Actually, there was a big issue.
Yeah.
but it was a good movie.
But most of the people that had issues with it, I'm not trying to bring it on the race, but it was mostly white people like that had an issue with it because Jamie Foxx did an interview and said we were fine, we rode with Robert because he's our guy,
yeah.
and then
Yeah, I'm sorry.
so it's like even Robert Downey Jr. and Jamie Foxx had this. I forgot the name. I think it's called All Star Weekend. So Jamie Foxx did this movie. It was like his directorial debut, but he said he can't put the movie out nowadays because people are so sensitive. Because in that movie, Robert Downey comes back and plays a Mexican.
Yeah.
So-
it's like I 100% agree because she is half fish. There is no known race for that. We don't know, right? It's made up. However, if you did like Aladdin and you made him Chinese, I'd be like, "Fuck, dude,
Yeah.
what are we doing?" You know
Well,
what
the
I'm
chick
saying?
that
Like,
played Jasmine wasn't Arabic.
No, she
Mhm.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh no, what was she? What was she?
Mexican?
She's
or something?
Mexican,
Yeah, she's
yeah.
Latina.
Really?
Yeah, it's
See?
fine though.
See, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm saying, but it doesn't matter because
Because
she
that
did a
was-
good job.
Yeah, that was actually a good story. They did a good job. She had a good voice for like the song that she had to do.
The
like
new
it was
song?
a good movie.
Yeah.
The
I love
one-
that song.
And
That was
then,
good.
Because they got an actual singer to play it and
Yeah.
whatever. But I guess the whole issue with America, I hate to say it, but it's like if it's white, let it stay white. But if it's brown, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Because like she wasn't Arabic, but she was Mexican. And she was brown enough and looked the part, so it's fine.
I saw this thing actually, and I know I think it's just a TikTok or whatever. But there was this reporter going around, and he talked to this black girl, and he was like, "Oh, what about your lineage, this and this?" And she's like, "Oh, I think I couldn't date a white person because I want to keep my lineage pure black." And he was like, "Hold on, reverse that role. If they were white and said that, they'd be fucked." Right? Because, and thinking about it, I didn't catch it at first until he said that, and I'm like, dude, America is fucked. Because like in a sense, we white people are the ones that actually have how do you call it, like suppression, right? They can't say things, but everyone else can, in a weird sense.
Yeah.
Well,
Is that the reverse racism
There's
defense?
a really big ass.
I honestly think
though.
a lot of people will get mad at me, but I honestly think that just black people in general need to just calm down because some of the stuff that we say and some of the stuff that we do, we don't realize or put it into place that it may influence someone else to do that or whatever. So they may think it's okay because of what we say or what we do or whatever. Because I was just telling Vince and DJ about the Suns owner or whatever that's getting suspended because he's saying racial things, but a lot of the things that he was saying that was racial, it was fucked up, yes, but he was just copying other people or whatever. For example,
No, it was fucked up.
some of it was fucked up. So
Yeah,
but because like one of the things, okay, it's a fucked up thing to say because like, he was saying he was talking about hiring black coaches or whatever, and but his words were we need to hire more black coaches because niggas need to niggas work better with other niggas or whatever, which it's true. Kind of. It's a fucking way to say it or whatever. But then I was listening to another podcast and they were talking. The comedians were talking about, but he's hiring black coaches because that's our thing too. We want more black coaches. It's just we need to
That
be.
wasn't the point he was trying to make.
but
if
that-
it was like, oh, we need more black coaches, that would have been fine. That's
But-
not what he said.
But he's old and trying to be hip. That's the thing. But the only reason he feels like it's okay is because he's like, I have all these black people. You know what I mean? So he's trying to just fit in. So we need to be aware of as well of what we say because we always were first to complain, but then it's like, well, what do we say or what do we do that make this person feel comfortable enough to say that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it's one of those things. Like I have a couple white friends that say say niggas around me. And I was like, and they're like, is it okay to say? I was like, I don't personally care because I don't give the power. I feel like if we give the word power, then it matters. But like, I don't care or whatever. But don't say it around somebody else because I can't protect you.
I can't protect you.
I'm gonna jump on the other side. We talking about.
Oh.
He said a chance was
Rethink.
y'all getting up on.
He said I could say it. Why are you stomping on me too? I ain't gonna get fucked up.
It's the culture.
Yeah, basically.
What?
It's,
You gotta wait till she gets mad enough, powerful enough, and then
Say
she goes
something.
off.
I know.
right?
I'm just thinking of everything you guys are saying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like that word in general, like that N word, shouldn't. I mean, this coming from my view, shouldn't be used like at all by anybody that's white. Just because I feel like historically, like it wasn't that long ago. Like it really wasn't. Like we're all young, but it wasn't that long ago where that word actually did have power.
Yeah.
So like not saying it, I think, and just like trying to like get that out of like normal everyday like conversation is important. That's what I'm thinking about it. But
and that makes sense, but it's like also if you have a bunch of black people saying it around and making you feel comfortable and accept it or whatever, you can't get mad at them. You can say, hey, don't say that because you can't say that, but you can't get mad at them. Oh, I'm gonna whoop your ass because you said that as well.
It's a good idea, but is it possible? Because the own race uses that word like freely, and then it's like freely, and it's almost like they're tempting someone to be like, "Don't say that shit. Don't say that shit."
Sure,
You know what I mean? But it's kind of like giving someone a loaded gun and being like, and then slapping their girlfriend and be like, "What are you gonna do, man?" And that's just the way I feel about it, I guess, in a sense. Like I know we shouldn't do it.
Took a weird turn. I'm pretty sure we were supposed to be talking about movies, but
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Yeah, the podcast is called Randumb Snax, so there will be a lot of randomness on this. And then all of us have been drinking, so we'll get back to the reboot. So
So
Sure,
back to
sure,
blank
sure.
Ariel.
Yeah,
I mean, Black Ariel.
I was
right?
like,
Because-
Black,
right?
yeah, see, we was it
Really quickly, I guess in like the early '90s they had a Little Mermaid show because they made like shows about all the
Yeah, I
Disney
remember.
movies. They actually was a Black Mermaid character in there.
Well, I mean,
What?
in the 90s?
I used to watch that show, but I don't remember.
They had the
that.
character, but it wasn't Ariel.
Yeah, but looking
Yeah,
at also in the 90s, Brandy was Cinderella.
Yeah, and, like her dad was white. And, no, wait,
The prince was
yeah,
Asian.
The dad was white. The mom was Whoopi Goldberg, and then their son was Chinese.
Somehow.
Yeah, see,
And
but I told you we
that
So
come back.
supermodel
that's
played a
just
Barbie.
inclusion.
What's her name? Supermodel. What's her name? man?
Tyra
Tyra
Banks.
Banks, bro.
Yeah.
She played like a Barbie. And
Yeah, but she wasn't
everyone in the-
Barbie.
You know what they were thinking? She was a Barbie, a black woman.
And you know what they
You
said?
know what they're thinking?
20 years later, Margot Robbie's the new Barbie.
No.
Yeah, we're taking that shit back.
Damn, they did that?
Yeah, it's coming out
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling's
Who's
Ken.
Ken? Is
Ryan
it
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, right?
Ryan
Oh
Gosling.
my.
I'm not
I'm-
as up on Barbie news.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm
I just like movies.
Because they're making movies from Transformers, so why not Barbie?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm still
You know
waiting.
you're not wrong.
I mean, from what it sounds like, it's not going to be like a little girl type movie. It's going to be like a dull comedy.
Yeah, that's what they said.
It
Yeah.
sounds like Legally
Well,
Blonde.
I
right?
think there's a clip going online where I can't remember exactly what happens, but I think it's along the lines of like someone like smacks Margot Robbie's ass in the movie, and she like turns around. She's on like rollerblades or whatever. She turns around and like pushes him, and he like falls on the ground and stuff. And it's supposed to be a scene from the movie that they're like filming.
I can't lie to
So,
you. I didn't hear anything
yeah.
about after smacking Margot Robbie's ass.
Yeah.
I heard something about a rollerblade.
And there's your misogyny.
And by the way,
No, it just
Margot
means
Robbie
I
is
like
my celebrity
rollerblading.
crush.
Really?
Dude, I love Margot Robbie.
I'm not,
Dude.
I think I've seen her, and she's never really impressed me.
You didn't like her as Harley Quinn?
You didn't like her in Wolf of Wall Street?
She's oh my god, she's bad. She's like she's like from New Jersey or New
Oh,
York.
no.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Mm.
Sorry, Haley. She shows her vagina.
Apparently, when they're doing
Called
the love
Magic Lady
scene,
Bits.
like she's on all that money, she actually like cut her back up really bad.
I like that.
On the money?
Kinky.
Yeah.
On the money?
This guy on the money?
I wish I had that
Is
much
money sharp?
Was it like coins?
Look, apparently that's rich people problem.
Yeah, clearly none of us have that much money to be able to know if
It's
it's
never
sharp.
come up.
Let's go clean out the account. All
It is paper,
ones.
right? I mean, you
Yeah,
need paper
it's like,
cuts.
that's what I would think.
Yeah, fresh out the bank. You ever seen dollars you get from the dollar store, man?
Hey,
They're
I
like shrivel up.
Yeah. I guess because
Yeah,
I
but
don't
they're
carry
soft.
cash anymore.
Yeah.
So going back to reboot. See?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, there was one
Full
thing-
circle.
15
there was
random
one
ass
thing
minutes.
I wanted to say about the reboot about Ariel and all that.
Mhm.
Did you guys see? Because everyone watches TikTok now.
Yeah.
At least mostly everyone. Did you guys see that clip where it was a guy with Down syndrome and he was watching it? He was watching the trailer for the first time when it showed her, and dude, like, he sees her for the first time and it's Black Ariel. And dude, literally the only words he says is "Wow, she's beautiful."
Well, that they've also been on TikTok when they
It's so
showed all
cute.
the like
Yeah.
like all the let's say black and brown girls
Mhm.
seeing her for the first time. And it's
Oh,
like they
I
just
see
had like just pure happiness on their
Yeah.
face. A lot of people don't. They look at it as, oh, she was white, keep her white, but you don't see what it's doing to other little girls
Yeah.
that like they see themselves on the TV. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like
that's
it changed their lives.
Yeah.
Look,
Now, the
my
point
honest
of me
opinion,
bringing that
I
up,
just
though,
thought
is
her
that
eyes were too far
I
apart.
wish everyone, could have such a pure heart, I guess, as that guy did. Like, it doesn't matter, like, what the
Am I
race
wrong?
is, as long as they do a good job with the character.
I
Exactly,
absolutely
yes.
agree with
Yeah.
you. However, this isn't that world.
I know. No, I know. Trust me, I know, but it just sucks.
Yeah.
Look, that's just how we watch movies and stuff.
For some reason, I had this vision of you being like, she looked more like Flounder.
Their eyes are too
Yeah,
far
her eyes
apart.
are wide. I was thinking that.
She
too.
does.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know
eyes.
if that got picked up on the mic. That's what I said.
I
My
heard
first thought was that I thought her eyes were too far away from her nose.
There
Yeah,
was
that
one,
looked kinda
Sid the
creepy.
Sloth.
I-
There was
I-
one about him, too.
But if you ask people, like, it would take Wolverine from X-Men, and you ask people how they feel, like, all right, we're going to give you a Chinese Wolverine. How do you feel?
I'm
We're
not-
gonna give you a
yeah,
black
I mean,
Wolverine.
savage.
Hold on,
Okay,
I'm not
but
done.
you can't really say that because we
Okay,
did that with
not
like
done.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
Well, okay.
but, like, I'm not done, because now if you ask them of each race of Wolverine, and there was, like, a poll, there would be an opinion for some reason, right?
Mhm.
Are we trying to stick close to the character, or are we actually all really racist? So, like, you know what I'm saying? So we give you all the best
Wow.
actors. We give you Donnie Yen as the Chinese Wolverine. We give you, let's say, young Wesley Snipes as, the Wolverine.
Why is
You
it
know,
gotta
we
be
give
young
you a
Wesley
bunch of good
Snipes?
actors.
Ages.
How do you think it would still pull?
Well, because
No?
I mean, I
Well-
can personally say even with them doing Hugh Jackman, the first X-Men, I didn't think Hugh Jackman was gonna fit the part
Oh,
Yeah.
until
well-
it wasn't until he built the muscles on or whatever. That was like, oh, now.
Yeah, I
he's
was gonna
like,
say,
whoa.
do you remember Hugh Jackman before Wolverine? Because he was like
He
a
was like-
musical,
Like Broadway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, he wasn't the
I
person
mean,
you
he's-
thought was
He's
gonna be
also too
Wolverine.
tall for Wolverine.
Yeah,
Wolverine's
yeah.
like 5'6".
Well,
Well, it doesn't even matter because
he's
like,
shorter than that. He's like 5'3",
Yeah.
5'4".
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Wolverine.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't matter the race of the person. It doesn't even like the white Wolverine, it's Hugh Jackman. It didn't matter until he did a good job with the character.
Mhm.
So I don't care if they're Asian, black, Eskimo. Doesn't matter as long as they can do the character justice and actually like portray the character and like their feelings, emotions, and how they play the part.
Yeah.
Then it's
I mean,
good.
if you think about it, they did the same thing, and he's white, playing a white character. They did it with freaking Andrew Garfield in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They didn't start really talking to him until this last Spider-Man movie. And they're like, he redeemed the part. They
I
should've-
hate that I'm like one of the only people that like that movie before.
Yeah. Well, because a lot of people said that.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, I love
him.
Jimmy.
Yeah,
And that's
I
the
was
thing,
like,
a lot of
why
people
did
didn't give
they
him justice.
cancel?
And then once
Yeah,
that movie,
but-
once Far From Home went home, or No Way Home came out, that's when, give him his movie and this and that and
How's it
whatever.
sound?
And the
Yeah.
only reason he lost it, well, from what I read, the only reason he lost that movie is because they had a press thing going on or whatever for Sony, and he couldn't make it. And because he didn't make it, it seemed like he wasn't interested or whatever. So they cut him from the part and started a new movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
I did not know
honestly, or personally, I think that, like, okay, I don't know why my ADHD won't let me let this go. If they made Wolverine a Native American person, I would love the shit out of that. The
It
origin.
would make more sense, the tracking part.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
like Canadian. Right?
Can you say that?
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like we don't have any of those. We're first experimenting with black people taking over these roles, but Native Americans, I feel like they're just as.
That's why
you
Prey
know-
did so
Yeah,
well.
Prey.
Mhm.
What's Prey?
The Predator.
It's the
Yeah.
newest Predator.
Oh,
Predator.
But it's about what is it, 17, 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it takes place him fighting a girl
It's a
that's
girl.
Native American or whatever. Because if you watch the original version, they have the American version that's like all in English, but you can watch the movie and they're speaking
In
only
Comanche.
they're speaking only that language.
No way.
Yeah.
Is it
And-
G-Boy or G-Boy or something? The language?
What's
No,
the
Comanche.
yeah.
Comanche?
Yeah, and it's the whole movie's like that, and that's why it did so well because it's the first time that we had like a Native American lead or whatever in that surrounding. And yeah, the movie was good or whatever. I mean, it didn't need to be rated R, but it was good.
It did.
It wasn't
It
that
didn't
brutal.
because you know how the Predators
We
always
gotta
like kills. It wasn't the most brutal thing they showed was to animals, not really humans, not that much. So
He was hunting
Animals are people too.
no, they're not.
Maybe nowadays.
Yeah,
They're literally not. I will scientifically prove it.
You don't even know. Dogs are my best friends.
Like,
yeah. So
bring
like
me a
you were saying,
jellyfish.
DJ, like as long as they can do the characters correct and it makes sense and the plots and all that's good. I don't understand why. That's how I felt about Cowboy Bebop. It's like if they would have kept. Well, I was gonna say if they would have kept to the storyline without changing as much as they did, because it's like we always talk about this all the time. The stuff is right there, just copy and paste and put it in live action. You can put like your CGI or whatever, make it look good, but it's right there. It's like if you're in class and you're copying the person that you know is gonna get an A, just copy it. You know what I mean? Like
Change
you don't have
it,
to,
then you don't get
we
the
don't
same
believe in
answer.
cheating.
That's how that works.
but it's like I think that's what the problem
They
is.
just
Yeah, but I
they
like
screwed up
Cowboy
on
Bebop.
Vicious.
You
I
like
thought-
the remake of it?
Yes.
All
Not
except
as
for
a-
Vicious.
Yeah.
They ruined him.
Mm.
Okay, they did
And he's
do
like
that
one of the
pretty
best
much.
parts.
Yeah, but if you think about it, Vicious didn't really have a character in the original Cowboy Bebop.
He didn't.
He was, that was the point, though.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that as a negative. He didn't have a character because you didn't need to know about him. He just needed to be a force of nature. He needed to be the guy to overcome.
He
and
was
that
just a
it.
badass villain with a raven.
Yeah.
And he had a cool name.
And a cool name and a cool sword. That's all you really
Yeah.
needed.
And they
So
turned
in
him
this one,
into
they tried to give him a character.
Yeah.
I like the stuff that they tried to do with him. I just don't agree with the execution of how they did it. So, but other than that, like Cowboy Bebop was actually pretty good. Like I could see them making like 3 or 4 seasons.
Well,
of that.
yeah, because I was
Canceled
like
They can't.
Yeah, they canceled
it
it.
is canceled.
because the episode that I thought I was gonna be
Was it the
like-
lesbian episode?
no, not the lesbian. I love that episode, but the episode about when he goes and helps his partner.
Oh,
With Jet.
yeah, Jet.
I
and
thought
his,
they actually made that episode because like even watching the anime, that was like a boring episode to me. But then it seemed like they lived it up a little bit more in
Mhm.
actual live action.
I really
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. They gave his partner like more of a reason to be
It makes
the
sense.
bad guy
Mhm.
because he's going after his wife kind of thing.
and then that's the thing. Like if you can do that, that's perfectly fine. But just don't like they change so much stuff to where it's like, well, this is not what I remember seeing, or this didn't go that way. That it changes the whole
but,
dynamic.
Okay, so I really like the Jet stuff. Everything they did with him was really good, especially the stuff with the daughter. Like
Yeah.
him going to her little play, hilarious. I don't know, like everything they did with Jet was good.
And Spike is the ultimate homie for doing that.
100%.
That's
Getting
just like
beat
a
up in
lot
the
of-
back.
Yeah, getting ass whooped. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if a lot of us, but I haven't seen actually all of Cowboy Bebop.
Wow.
It's my
Like
guilty-
No.
the anime
my
or live
guilty
action.
Yeah.
Anime, dude. I mean,
Watch it.
I watched maybe like 8 with you. Maybe.
Yeah,
It's
My
not
sister's my
even that
favorite.
long.
Yeah,
like I
it's
don't
really
understand
not.
why you haven't seen it yet.
It's just rough, dude, because like it's I don't know, it's not a bad show, but it was rough to stick to. And
Because you like
it-
knew the ending.
well, I knew a theory of the end where it's up to you if Spike dies or not, right?
Oh, he
But,
did.
Did
I
he?
said, oh, he did.
He did.
But
No, he's not.
Yeah, no.
You
No, it's
don't
like give
know
it
that.
because you said you got about 8 episodes in. Give it a try. Like
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Those last few episodes too. They're
Like,
yeah,
like
just
the-
the last
finale.
firefight was pretty cool too.
The one in that time period that is like similar to Trigun hits me way harder, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, between Knives and Vash, like you're just like, how the fuck is Vash like this asshole? And you're like, oh my god, he's not. He's got a cool ass brother named Knives. Who the fuck is Knives? You finally meet him, you're like, he's a dick. But you like him, in a weird way.
See,
I-
I'm
I
kind of
don't-
mad you got through Trigun, but you can't get through
Yeah.
Cowboy
I
Bebop.
can't.
Like,
Because
I
that's
don't
been
even-
shorter, right?
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
episodes. 5 episodes. No, well, they're
25?
both 25 episodes. They're both. So,
Well, IGN did that whole greatest animes of all time as of right now,
Yeah.
and I didn't agree with that list.
No,
Like, they had-
it was
'cause
an
it had-
awful list.
What
What was on it?
The
Totally.
number one was Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, they
Brotherhood.
have a big fandom though.
Yeah,
but
I was
it,
gonna say that.
I'm
fandom
not
is
saying
one
I
thing, but like,
agree,
is it
but
good?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, the ending's
It's like a
ass.
starter anime, and that's why people like it.
But that's
It
dumb.
gives you a lot of the tropes you need to understand other anime, and that's why it's so good. 'Cause
Really?
You can
Yeah.
watch that one and then watch literally anything else, and you're like, oh, I kind of get
See,
where
and,
they're
that,
going
and that's
with
the thing.
this,
I,
right?
maybe it's just me because I started because I know I had somebody that recommended it to me. I couldn't get it through episode 3.
You didn't finish it?
Wait,
No, God no. And then
Oh,
but then I
that's
watched like obviously I watched My Hero, and I think My Hero to me just pulls me in a lot more because I'm weird about my anime, but it pulls me in a lot more.
You're
than-
not weird. You just
So,
like shonen
you-
anime.
no,
Be
hold
honest
on.
with yourself.
So,
Yeah.
so My Hero's fantastic. We all know that. But you have to watch Full Metal. I'm not gonna say it's number 1. I'm not gonna say it's number 1. I'm not gonna say it's number 10. But it's fantastic.
Yeah, but the
Um,
ending's ass.
Dude, okay.
Ass, bro.
Don't-
How you gonna make an anime once and then be like, the ending was ass, and then be like, don't worry, we got you, bro. We're gonna remake this shit. You'll like it.
I
You
get
know,
it.
do the same
Hey,
thing. Ass.
I get it, but it's like the Game of Thrones argument. It's like, do you not watch it at all because just the ending is bad?
The whole
Yeah,
last
that's a
season was horrible.
Dude,
But if you dedicate, like, we have to look at it
That
like
was
this.
a
So
bad
if you,
argument.
Have you seen
It
it?
is not.
yeah,
Okay.
But, like,
why would you not watch the rest of it, which is like what 7
Bro,
seasons,
why would you?
just because the last one is bad?
Why
That's
in the
horrible.
first-
And
If we're talking
Why
about
the
Game of
first-
Thrones, they need to remake that.
No,
shit.
why,
I
why,
really
why,
hope
why
they
in the
do.
first
Yeah.
episode they give you what they need to resolve this anime? They give you everything, all the fucking pieces. At the end, you got none of it. You're like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
You're like, I need to do this, and this. You're like, cool. So we're gonna do one of these at a time, right? None of it at a time.
None of-
You're left. You're mad, dude. You're mad. It's not.
It's
okay.
like giving you a
Yes.
puzzle that has
No.
like 1,000 pieces that you're putting together,
And
and
they
you're
give you
only
the
to
wrong
realize,
fucking pieces.
well, yeah, the last 500 pieces are just wrong. And it's like, what are we doing
The
here?
last
What are we-
500 pieces.
Yeah, that's
ass.
Dude, 500 pieces is the total amount of most puzzles.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
no, this
right?
is the one thing.
Well,
because
look,
they
that's-
were playing a good game there. They had a 10,000 puzzle
Yeah.
piece there, and I was like, oh, this is great.
It's
Last
like
500 pieces don't fit.
It's like
Real
Attack
quick.
on Titan. There, the writers like, I want to hurt my fan base. That's what they did first. That's they're the successors of those assholes.
Dude, I
I
just
think
I
real
don't
quick,
know
I
why
feel
you
the
would-
exact opposite. That's how One Piece is. Where every time I talk to all of you guys,
Yeah.
especially you two, where you're like, man, after episode 149,
Yeah.
it
Just
is
gotta
the
keep going,
best. You
man.
just gotta push through. And I'm like, how is the first third of this garbage?
By the
Yeah.
way,
That's
that list that he's talking about, One
Mhm.
Piece is number 3.
One Piece is number
Yeah.
3.
I saw the same IGN list.
You gotta find a way to captivate your audience
Dude,
way
live long
faster
enough,
than
you'll
Dude,
be
that.
up
how
there.
Full Metal is above One Piece makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah.
I can't get behind any of those lists.
Dude,
that they
Dragon
do.
Ball's like number 18.
Like, what
Dragon
are the
Ball Z?
credentials to
Yeah,
make
Dragon
that?
Ball Z is like number 18.
Dragon Ball Z.
Like, we
was
could probably make
fire.
that list. And
Oh, we could
it would
definitely
just be
make a better list,
certified.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You
The
should make
list
a
is
list
the-
of all the animes that need to be remade in live action.
That's what we need to do.
Unfortunately,
We need
Cowboy
that list.
Bebop would
That's
be
gonna
number
be-
one.
We
Let's
need to
write
make
that
a
down in the
top 10
random snacks
list
Wait,
folder.
yeah, can I
for the
can I say that
podcast.
real
Yeah.
quick? So we should do that. We'll do it off podcast, obviously, but maybe it could be the next topic or the topic after that. But we should all get together, name a bunch of maybe 25 or 30 animes, and then we do an average and see which ones go in a row.
I know like
Ooh,
6.
nice.
I'm down.
Yeah, I was like,
I only
I'm
know
down for
6.
that.
Yeah.
You want
It's alright.
to do
It'll give you
animes?
more. It'll give you more to watch.
Yeah.
wait, how about we like, because there's how many of us? What, like 7? Maybe?
Yeah,
8,
7,
I
I
don't
think.
count. But we all give our favorite anime and then we rank it. Okay, because then it makes sense because then we can like see what the viewers think. Like
I like
who-
your
who
idea.
wins- because dude, we
Wait,
can
how would you? How
man,
would
man,
you?
we can defend our
Makes no
anime.
sense.
Well, because we defend our champion anime, we explain why it's the best, and then we rank it, and then we all vote.
Well, because if we do our top 7, so that's 7 different choices. We say why do we
yeah.
like
each
it,
of us,
and then we
Okay.
can like vote to what number it could be. One out of 7.
Got it.
And why you're passionate about it, because I mean that's no brainer. And you already
Hey
know
man,
what
thanks
I'm
for
probably
saving me.
saying.
Whatever, man. the
Anthony
problem
only
with
got
funny
$45.
conversation like that is that I do
It's
have
so
like a
dangerous.
number one anime for each of the eras of which I started
Yeah.
watching anime.
Yeah,
So
my-
it's hard to be like, oh yeah, Dragon Ball's my absolute favorite because that's the one that started it all for me. And I can't put that over Demon Slayer, which is like the newest anime that I'm just
Wait.
totally into. Well, because
How is
Well,
Dragon Ball your absolute favorite?
okay,
That's
again,
why we're
it's
not
not
seeing the movie.
It's the first one that I ever started.
How
with.
have you not seen the movie?
Well, and DJ,
That's
I've seen
Wait, what?
everything
have
else
you been
other
too busy?
than the
Have you been
movie.
too busy?
Sorry
But-
that I
oh,
can't.
of the Dragon Ball?
I saw the
The-
movie.
the new one?
Yeah.
Even if it's not your favorite anime, but what holds the most special likeness to your heart? Because we can't say because anime does change over the course of generations. Yeah. So every time we see something new, we're like, damn, that was fire. But I can still tell you to this day there is one that holds a
Yu Yu
special place,
Hakusho.
and you know it.
Yeah, wearing the shirt.
Right.
You're wearing the shirt.
And why would I defend that? And that's the point. It's not really that anything will keep coming out.
Yeah, but is that your favorite to you?
Dude, it's the most
Yeah.
special. To
And
me.
then
Most
that'll
special
be your
to you.
argument.
Yeah.
So right there, like.
Yeah,
But then-
best tournament arc, best character.
But it has to be
development
like
for all
and then you can
characters.
also do like your sub because obviously there's Dragon Ball, there's Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super,
Right.
there's Dragon Ball GT.
Dragon Ball Z was the one on the list that you're talking about. It was like
Mhm.
number 18. It was,
Yeah.
it was super low.
It's like to me
Yeah.
Z is
Z is
my favorite, but
best.
only because like
Yeah.
Because it actually
kind of what you said because that's when I started with anime or whatever, and then I would always come to them about why is this way now why is that way or whatever.
Well,
So
because Z had blood. People died. You know what I mean? You didn't know. You had to
They
wait
always came
3
back.
weeks
They
to
did
know.
die.
They did die.
anything,
except
you
for
know?
Bardock
Yeah. I
and King
mean,
Vegeta.
But then I
Yeah,
have
he
the
can look
weird
to the
anime
past,
too,
don't
like
worry.
No.
Beastars.
Oh,
I just rewatched that one. I was like, damn.
Whatever. Made in
good.
Abyss is climbing the charts for me. I don't
Oh,
even care
man.
what you guys are talking about.
It's like I feel like I've had a previous conversation with DJ where like I would talk about an anime way too much, and it just get like
Worse and worse.
overplayed. And this is like the 4th time I've heard DJ talk about Made in
You
Abyss.
need to watch it.
Well, Made in
I
Abyss-
know.
well, Made in
It's
Abyss,
because
I
of
want
the
to
season
I wanna
that
start
just
watching
came
It's
out.
not even the fact that you need to watch it. I
No.
need to talk about this more with
Yeah.
more people.
I know what you're
Because-
feeling. That's how I feel with One Piece.
Well, what season are they on that one?
It's
For
two,
Made in
just
Abyss?
two.
Yeah.
Well, Haley,
Two
what's
seasons,
your favorite anime? Like, what holds special?
Hunter
to
x
you?
Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter
Yeah.
is definitely my favorite. Like my first anime I ever watched was Akame ga Kill. Actually,
Poor bastard.
I know.
No, we
No,
talking about that.
it's good.
It is
It's
a
good.
good one. It's super sad.
It
Kill
is
the little
sad. Yeah,
sister.
like
Yeah.
everyone died, and I was like, it's
Yeah.
depressing.
Well, they keep giving you expectations in that show.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah,
this one won't
yeah,
die.
exactly,
At the very end, you're like, don't
Yeah.
fucking do it.
Yeah, I know.
We
Which,
need to
by
go-
the way, nobody wants to know this, but my number one waifu in anime is Esdeath from
Yeah,
Atomic.
we all know
Yeah.
it is.
The
Actually-
viewers do not know.
No, Marco, I think on 4 or 5, we actually did one for that.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I think I do remember that.
Because I remember searching the internet for a picture I can steal.
Okay.
We'll put another one up for you.
Hashtag
thank you.
cry.
By episode 30, they'll know.
Mm.
For
DJ,
sure.
who's your waifu?
They'll start typing in the
that's
comments
so
like,
hard.
God,
No, it's
damn,
not.
he won't shut
It's
up.
not because it's Ram. Everybody knows that. Yeah, 100%.
Mine's
And-
probably some pink haired girl that's going to stab me in the throat.
Pink hair girl.
Going back to like the whole reboot thing, I think
I like how you just like hard cut back to
Yeah,
it.
we-
segue. So I feel like as far as I don't want to like I'm not trying to be racist at all, but I think when it comes to anime live action, they should only let mhm.
I agree.
Because what were we
yeah.
watching?
I
God, I can't never
Hey,
think of the name of it,
Ghost
but
in
we
the
were watching. It
Shell.
was a
Ghost
live
in the
action
Shell.
of
Ghost in the
the
Shell.
gambling.
Yes.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yep.
Oh,
They're not thinking about that.
crap.
You
What's
remember
it
that scene, like, her
I'm not
mom's
too long.
Japanese, but yeah.
Yep.
she's
So there's
like
this.
Scarlett
God,
Johansson.
why can't I think of it? We're gonna Google,
But
but
yeah, I was
seen
going
that
to say, we
film?
might need to pull that up on Google, huh?
While he's
Ghost
looking
in
it
the
up,
Shell
have you
was
guys
ass.
seen the Ghost in the Shell live action?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Mm.
that is one that did not do well.
They ruined it.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson. Okay. you
And I
can't-
love Scarlett Johansson.
Dude,
but-
if they just used the white person for that role, fine. But you pulled the one that everyone knows, and then told us she was half Japanese.
Yeah.
Nigga, what? I'm sorry, but you can't.
Kakiguri.
You
There it
can't
is.
do that.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys seen Kakaguri.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen? So they did a live action TV series about it.
They did?
Yes, and it's
shit.
amazing.
It's actually really
It's
good.
really
What's
good.
it on?
It's on
I
Netflix.
think it was Netflix.
hell?
Yeah, so because there's a second season that just came out too.
Interesting.
Like the whole, but like from my own personal experience, everything that they live action that was made by like Japanese people or whatever, because they know the culture and know the anime, has always been better. Because we started watching it just on a whim, and I told Vince about it, and it's good. It's like because they're not gonna mess up their own stuff or whatever.
Even the hard cringy moments are so good in that anime.
Yeah,
I
and
just
it's like
love it.
Americans just take it out of complex and
Well,
or
Tokyo
kind of
Ghoul
context
is
and
nice.
just like
They
whatever
made
they
live
think is
action
cool,
Tokyo
they'll just do it.
Tokyo Ghoul
Yeah.
is ass.
Yeah, I can't even get to the anime of that one.
I
Damn.
Bleach was
No way.
No, hey.
I can't.
No,
Did you watch?
Is it
Tokyo
too gory?
Hmm?
Like,
Did you watch Tokyo?
I tried. I got like
No,
3 or
it's
4
just not
episodes in.
interesting.
Too complex. You don't like
Because
it.
I started watching it because
Really,
Marquis said it
Marco?
was like one of his.
Really?
And,
It is-
and trust me, sorry to
it's slow and
sidetrack,
fast,
we
like-
go right back after
One of the
this.
top rated manga
But dude,
ever.
I talk to Marquise a lot.
By the way.
It is like his
Spy
favorite
Experiment.
manga in existence, dude. I still cannot get into Tokyo Ghoul.
'Cause he didn't
Yeah,
read
and that's
the
why I
manga.
started
He
watching
didn't
it
read the
because he
manga.
said it was
Dude.
good.
You're
I-
like, I can't get into the manga
That's
because
like
it's weird.
saying,
Like, I didn't read it.
Dude, that's like saying like I don't like Harry Potter, and you're like that's because you didn't read the book. Like it doesn't matter, dude. I don't know.
It's like that means the movie's still garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, come
just
on, man. You
can't.
gotta focus
Not
on
everybody reads mangas.
If it helps Marquise, I do
You
like
do,
it.
though. That's the fucked up part.
Not often.
And you didn't. So you can't say that.
I do not often. But anyways, let's go back.
No, that's my point. It's like I started getting into. I tried to give Tokyo Ghoul a chance because Marquise liked it, and then I was like, to me personally, I just thought it was ass. It was
How
slow.
far did you get?
I got 3 episodes in, and that was hard because I kept falling asleep through all 3 episodes.
It's slow. Yeah. No, okay, so look, the thing about Tokyo Ghoul is I know everyone's going to be like, what the fuck? Every 11th and 12th episode is good. So,
So I got to go through almost a
Yeah,
full
like,
season
it's
of
a build up, bro. So they build you, through like 3-4 hours of your fucking life. In the manga, it's different, but in the anime, that's the way it is.
Yeah, but take it this way: if you're watching a movie and the movie is like, do you want 3/4 of the movie if you're just building it up? Like that's too
Right.
slow.
And then
No.
epic CG fight
No,
scene.
character development you can arguably get through because it's like, oh, okay, now I'm going to understand how these characters make their decisions later on. But after a certain point, it's like, it's not character development, it's just wasted episodes. These are the
It's like how you gonna do a Naruto in the
Yeah.
first season of your show?
I actually,
Right.
this is where I kind of want to back up Marquise. So,
He's like,
I
Tokyo Ghoul's
normally
my favorite anime. of all time.
no. I normally I'm not gonna talk about One Piece. I normally give
Wait, you like
things
One Piece?
Dude, I fucking love One Piece.
Sorry, I don't mean sidetrack.
I know.
I haven't
Let
seen
the
it.
man defend
Let's
you.
get
My
to a
bad, my
topic.
bad.
My bad.
We can make a
Go ahead.
podcast on One Piece, and I will talk the most, which never happens.
I
Which
need to get into
so far you have actually.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Keep
Anyways,
going.
I usually give shows a 3-episode rule. I think there's a 3-episode
That's
rule, whether you like it or not.
Mhm.
But there are some that I will give it a 10-episode rule because honestly, dude, if you've ever binge watched a show, 10 episodes of 20-minute long episodes is not hard to get through.
No, or
Yeah,
the
but-
first season because, dude, ReZero, bro, you're like ReZero's fire, dude.
Yeah,
It's fire.
first 3
After
episodes, not
the
fire.
the first season, then you're like invested, but you're not until after the first season, and then that's the same shit though.
It's
It's
not
like
even the first season. It's
Yeah, but if you're saying if,
episode 1, I was 100%.
The
Well,
dude-
not only
the dude
that,
got
like-
his
That show
stomach
repeats
split
the
open at
day all
the
the
end of
time.
the episode and died off, and it restarts. That's episode 1.
yeah, but the show repeats the same day over and over.
Yeah.
And for a lot of
and
people, they
different
can't do that.
shit happens every single time.
But you're
How is that not interesting to you?
it's like minor
So-
though, minor.
So it sounds more like it comes down to your emotional connection to the characters and everything,
Sounds-
because
I
you get
agree.
really connected to Kaneki, and it's like you said, Tokyo Ghoul. It is slow. I like it, by the way, but if you're connected to Kaneki and his whole struggle and everything he's going to, it's really good. One Piece, I don't like pirates. I can barely get through 3 episodes.
How'd you feel when he cracked his knuckle that first time?
Right,
Dude, he gets out the fucking
chill.
crack,
He
beats
gets out
that
and he's
ass.
like,
Oh my
I
God.
"What's
do
this?
the same.
100 minus 7?" And I was just like, "Oh, he's about to go
As
off."
the biggest One Piece fan here, I also don't like pirates.
Right?
Yeah, right.
No,
But, yeah,
One
dude.
Piece, I can't watch it. And you guys keep telling me, like, dude, just get through episode 100. And I was like, I can't get through 4, dude. I can't get through 4.
No, you gotta get
It's
through like.
so
Oh,
bad.
I'm done. Never mind.
But I
Next
do.
topic.
I 100% trust you because I know you and your taste and everything that it does get good. It's just probably taking 200 episodes.
Okay, because I'm kind of drunk and I'm kind of doing math. So okay,
Stop doing that.
going to what Marquis said. You said three episode rule, right? Try to give it 3 episodes.
No, I said that.
Okay, so that's an hour, right?
That's
22
me.
episodes, 22 minutes.
20
So
versus
you said,
yeah.
I forgot which anime you said, but it said about 12 or 13 episodes.
That's
Or whatever.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Okay, that's 4.4 hours. So I got to get 4.4 hours of my life before something
It's
is
one
good.
Snyder cut.
Yeah, but if we're talking
Ouch.
for something to be memorable, how much of your life do you give? I mean, to be honest, if it's that great, if I believe in it, why wouldn't I do that again? Right?
Okay,
Because I
but if
still
your
hold it to
argument
high
is to
standard.
why this, okay, so going into stuff now, like I gave it the 3 episodes, I fell asleep and I didn't like it. But like if you're going through it now, how is that your argument when like a lot of the shows and stuff that we watch are pushed back for time because people don't have that attention span anymore. So you would have to give a better argument to why Tokyo Ghoul is good and tell this person why to watch this much of the show to give it a chance. You know what I mean?
Because I'm not introducing it to somebody. I'm introducing it to people who avidly watch anime.
Mhm.
I'm introducing it to people older than me that have watched anime, i.e. you and DJ, right? So I'm introducing it to people that actually enjoy anime. So when I recommend something, 12 episodes, at least pick my brain and see on that 12th episode why I like it. Because sure, it's 4.5 hours. However, if you have seen what I have seen, you would love it too.
Whatever.
And I'm just gonna tell
It's not
you,
even
and I
like-
promise you.
Sorry, go ahead.
Again,
Well, I
yeah.
was gonna say that's not even like specific to anime too, because even like the Ninja Turtles movie, the first one, hated it. Didn't even watch the second one, but apparently the second one is really good. And I'm like, after I saw the whole Shredder thing and the whole like,
Yeah.
You're talking about the new ones, right?
yeah, the new remakes or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, that one was bad, but apparently the second one was like way better. And I was like,
I was surprised I watched. Like, I know we're getting off of now we're on Ninja Turtles, but I did like.
Well, Ninja Turtles has a remake, so we're good.
Yeah, so we watched. I watched the new cartoon. I don't know if you watched it, Phil, but like it was actually pretty good.
Oh,
Or whatever.
Ninja Turtle shirt.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
I watched it and I was like,
It's
it was
actual
like,
comic.
yeah, it was actually pretty good. From beginning
The
to
Rise
end.
of the Ninja Turtles, or
Yeah, the one when like they sent Casey Jones to the past. Have you seen that one? It's on
I see.
Netflix.
He said, "Trust me, I've seen them all."
no, I can't see that one.
That one's actually really good. You should give it a try because like I watched it because a lot of people don't like that one or whatever, and just storyline. Yeah, it's goofier than what we're used to as far as like our age group and Ninja Turtles or whatever. But if you listen and watch the storyline, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I couldn't get through that one either. I saw it when you were watching it, and I was like, yeah, I'm over it.
But the recommendation, so it's weird because when I first started hanging out with Vince and DJ, right? A long time ago, maybe 3.5 years ago or whatever. Dude, I would come over here and they would be like, have you heard of this anime, right? And at first, as an anime watcher, I was like, okay, no, but I'll give it a try. They were like odd anime. You'd never heard of them. Batum, I was like, why the fuck would I like this show, right?
So good.
I sit there and I watch it, okay, and I'm happy as fuck that I did because at first I was just hating, right? And at the end, I was like, when's the next season? Like, never. They're like, it came out in 2008. I'm like, you bitch, okay? and then it kept continuing. They kept showing me anime that I'm like, I probably would never like this, right? Like ReZero or any of these other isekais or whatever. And I fucking liked it, dude. And so it's just the time. It's like I take what they say and I understand that I have to be patient, right? It's something that you have to like just enjoy and just really dive into it because if you don't, you're just gonna miss out on some shit.
Well, that's the thing with like with
Of-
DJ
of
and
a
Vince
quick
too.
opinion.
Yeah, it's like DJ and Vince, they're funny because they'll go on Crunchyroll and just any, meeny, miny. That
Everything.
title
Yeah.
sounds cool, and then they'll just pick it and then like
Sometimes it's like pretty picture click.
yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
that's
I'm
boring.
so lucky that they do that for me. They find all the bad shit, the good shit, and they do it for me, right? It's like they put in that work, but I trust their opinion. You know what I'm saying?
You're welcome that I'm your encyclopedia, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, sometimes I don't agree, but most of the time I do agree.
look, but what he's saying too is it should go both ways because you turned us on to the bug one on Mars.
Oh,
Terraform
Terraform
Mars.
Terraform
Dude,
Mars, yeah.
that was fire.
That one was
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like,
weird.
Transformers?
It was fire.
I was like, that was really good. But
I
your
remember
other
episode
recommendations,
1, I
I've
was
seen
like,
them.
I can't believe you even suggested this to me. This is the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen. And then episode 2, I was like, I can't wait to see
Wait,
what
have you seen that, Marquise?
I'm the one who showed
He
it.
told
yeah.
us about
Oh,
it.
okay.
Dude,
Yeah.
and here's the thing, dude. I kept living on this hope, this idea that they're bringing it back, right? Because they keep saying,
Oh, yeah.
they keep saying we gonna finish the manga. I was like, okay, fuck the show, give me the manga, finish it, because the concept is amazing, dude.
It's so
Amazing.
good.
And where they left it, dude, it's like you're in the middle of war, right? And we don't know how Vietnam ended. They just showed you it's 9 people that fucking died and all these cool powers, and Vietnam's still going, and they're like, we'll come back to you.
Yeah.
In the SpongeBob voice. 12 years later.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Well,
You know what I mean?
how are they supposed to make more when there's 3 characters left? Dude, you cannot like a
That's
character
fine.
in that show because they just die.
No, because
That's
they can do so
fine.
much. There's reinforcements.
No!
There's
No,
characters that
that's
can
fine.
be,
You can send another
there's
group.
characters that can betray their factions. There's characters that we don't know about because they're the ranked of 100, right?
Right.
They're all ranked out of 100. We saw maybe like a bunch of them die, sure, but they're unknown people. There's a lot of
There's
things
still
they
a
could have
bunch left.
survived.
There's a
There
lot
could
that
have
they
been-
can do with it.
I mean, Dragon Ball is kind of doing that right now. Like, as far as GT doesn't matter
Yeah.
and it's not canon, but yet they're going back and what's that card game that they have the show for it to where they're bringing what is it? So there's Dragon Ball Z, Dragon
It's
Ball
a Dragon Ball
GT,
card
and
game?
Dragon Ball Super. So there's a Dragon Ball card game.
Oh.
Oh, you're talking about superheroes.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, that's it. So it's
That's
super.
the new one. I haven't seen anything.
So they're doing
Yeah.
like, well, it's not. So it's basically what they're doing is they're taking characters from the trading card game. So even though GT doesn't matter and isn't canon, there's a Super Saiyan 4 Goku in that show, but he can also fight
the
against
one
Super
that
Saiyan God.
had me laughing is that they have Vegeta's Frieza's brother. Cooler.
hmm
So they have a metal Cooler who is also gold because.
Well, they
he's
just
got
gave
the same
Frieza
character.
another
the black
form.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Black
in
Frieza.
that
Oh,
same
yeah.
series.
That's
But
what
that's the thing.
Black
Like,
Frieza.
yeah. And then that series is only like
Frieza,
15
okay.
minutes an episode or whatever.
And
Because this is
Can
how
you
they
say it?
promote their card game.
Dude, I'm sure they made Black. Okay, this sounds fake. I just thought about this, right? They made Black Frieza because everyone was like, Frieza's racist against Monkey Saiyans, right?
Which
So
doesn't make sense. That's their
and they
actual
made him
race, though.
black,
Hey.
dude.
Careful about what you're about to say next.
Okay. But you know what?
There's a lot of
Yeah.
cultural relevance in that.
I
Yeah,
get
but
what
they
you're
did that to
saying.
soften up Frieza because now he's a good guy. So
Mhm.
they were like, hey, guess what, bro? Because I saw a meme that was like, you can now say the, and you have your card, right? And so they did say this. It was a meme, but it makes sense.
But that's the
Okay.
thing. Like he's not racist. It's just that race, which is a fic-
That's
which,
racist.
which is a what a fictional
I'm
race.
saying. That's
Yeah,
literally the
and
definition
they're
of
monkeys,
racist.
but it's like
I'm not racist to everybody except for the
But that's the
one
thing. But that
race that's
people,
called the
but the
Saiyans.
actual
And then
races,
monkey tail.
Yeah.
they tie it into black people. When it's like, no, he's saying monkeys because they're technically monkeys.
That's
You know
still
what I mean?
racist.
That's an innuendo, dude. They know what they
it's
did.
called a loophole.
It's a loophole.
Bart on the brown skin. I know what they did. You know he did.
He's just tan.
He's just tan.
He's just sleeping.
But
This
yeah.
was probably the randomest episode.
I mean, we got back. So back to
No,
reboots.
we
So what were we talking?
We didn't get anywhere near reboot.
We
didn't-
talked about
didn't-
Black
we
Ariel.
didn't touch the
We
topic.
talked about Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, something about Pinocchio.
Something about we didn't even bring up Pinocchio. So you guys about Pinocchio.
Another soulless cash grab.
Another
Soulless
soulless
and
cash grab.
I mean, Disney's gonna do that forever. There's always gonna be reboot after reboot because like they already did Lion King, so now they're doing the prequel to the Lion King
Yeah,
live action,
mhm.
which
Oh, yeah.
it's about Mufasa. So about how his rise to the kingdom and this and that.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
talk about
I
how
So
they
haven't
did
heard
start
yeah,
that.
so
Yeah, it's gonna
they
be
announced at
about
D23 that they're doing a
Oh my
Mufasa
gosh.
prequel or whatever about how, so you're gonna get to see a young Mufasa.
That's gonna be live action too.
Mm-hmm.
Not
And then you're gonna-
James Earl Jones.
Do
So-
we know what it's called?
It's called Mufasa.
Okay.
It's a-
So,
it's
but,
a-
that's
That would be hilarious.
but
Yeah.
I'm thinking that James Earl Jones is going to do because I don't know if you guys all read that he retired
Darth
as
Vader.
Darth
Star
Vader.
Wars.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to do the same thing with him. Like I don't think he's doing the part where they're editing because they have all his voice or whatever, and they're going to edit it that way because he's just old.
He's like 80 something.
Yeah, but that's the I was telling DJ Benson. Yeah, he's bedridden. Like it's hard for him to get out of bed and stuff.
Is he?
That's
Yeah.
fair.
So a lot of the scenes in Boba Fett when Darth Vader was in it or whatever, that wasn't really he didn't record any of that.
Oh, really?
Was it? Oh no, Kenobi,
Did
not
record the AI says?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
They
actually
did the same thing with Mark
Yeah.
Hamill and young Luke Skywalker
Yeah, they
in
did a lot.
yeah, that's what it was. Boba Fett
No.
with young Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker. That wasn't his voice. They were just editing it.
Yeah, it's
No
too
way.
aged.
Yeah.
You gotta do
It's
these
not,
effects.
you say Boba Fett, but then it's Obi-Wan. It was the Obi-Wan storyline.
I never
Yes.
finished it.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because it was garbage. But, you know.
Don't you start.
It was terrible.
the last
Come
fight
on.
was cool, man.
Quit playing, guys. They need to stop in
Yes.
Star Wars. They
We
absolutely
just
need to
triggered
stop with the whole. Yeah, you did because it's not okay. They need to stop with the whole the Skywalker saga. They need to just end it.
No, they need
And
to
then-
continue that.
No, they need to go like 100 years into the
Well, 'cause
future and be like, "This is new Jedi."
Yeah, because, like, they
Well,
even-
Skywalker existed.
Yeah.
Or Kaden Skywalker.
It would be
existed.
fine if
Well,
they would do anything.
But that's what they're
else.
saying. They were saying that there's so much out there as far as Star Wars,
There
as
could
far as the
be.
books, characters, and all that. But they always bring back base to Tatooine.
Yeah.
Like why?
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Because that's
like,
what everybody knows. And that's what goes back to
Expand
reboots.
Mhm.
Is that
Yeah.
people know it and, keep buying it, keep
they
keep
could
repackaging it.
they
Yeah,
could
but
do
I don't
so
understand
much.
why they're afraid to take risk when going back to.
Money.
Well, not even that.
Well,
Going
that-
back,
that's
look
what
at look
it
at
comes
Guardians of the Galaxy. The first Guardians, nobody thought it was going to
did.
make any money, and it made billions. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like, just take a chance, because all the people
Not
want
even
is
that,
something.
they have Ahsoka. Her whole storyline from her being a Jedi to a non-Jedi to a gray Jedi, like her whole storyline is gold. Like
Mhm.
if they would focus on that, it would be amazing.
I think they will.
They
There's gonna
need
be
to.
a new
Well,
Ahsoka
I
show.
don't really want to see it because
Oh,
I have a
right.
feeling the whole thing is going to come back and be like,
Wow.
"Oh, remember Luke Skywalker? And remember
Yeah.
this?"
But what
I can
about
see that.
Revan?
You
They're
just-
gonna
You
make
just
a
said
show about
do it, but
Revan.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Revan-
because
They're
it's
gonna
gonna
make a show
suck.
about Revan.
But that's the thing; they keep
No,
tying it
sure.
into what we know instead of tying it into something new.
Well, Revan has
You
nothing to
guys
do with
see
that. Revan
John
has nothing.
Favreau talked to Dave Filoni about, he said that the Ahsoka show is Dave Filoni's magnum opus.
Mm.
Like from what he's seen of it so far,
Mhm.
that it's like the best thing Dave Filoni's done.
Well,
And
Okay.
Dave Filoni is
Wow.
like the.
I
Star
haven't
Wars
seen
guy.
it, but like honestly, they
Yeah.
could. Like
Yeah.
Ahsoka could be like the greatest. I
Yeah.
will watch that one at least. I'll give it
Ahsoka's
the
my
3-episode
favorite
rule,
character.
but
Yeah,
like at the same time, it's like
Well, they,
Yeah.
I guess
have no
that's
faith in them.
I guess that's
Yeah.
what they did with Andor, because they said that show is very, very slow.
Mhm.
That's why they released all 3 episodes in the beginning, because they said by the end of episode 2, beginning of episode 3, it gets way better. So they were like, it was smart for them to do the 3 slow episodes first, so that they can just keep pushing it all the
I
way.
only watched the first episode so far. I actually watched it today. It wasn't bad. It was different.
Yeah.
He's dead.
But I did.
I haven't seen it yet either. So.
Doesn't matter.
That
But
makes me think of WandaVision.
Mm.
what?
The first 3 episodes were
Oh,
so
yeah,
it was
bad.
so slow.
I was like, oh my god, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
what
watch
were you
this.
saying?
I was just
No.
saying that like from what I saw from the first episode of Andor, like I assume I'm going to like it. But I don't know. I just need to see. I'm in limbo.
50-50.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with something starting slow because even
Yeah.
like Game of Thrones, which is like the first four seasons were absolutely excellent. And if you watch the first episode of Game of Thrones, nothing really happens until the very end,
Mhm.
and it's slow. Like there's like you don't know who they're talking about, what's going on,
It-
nothing.
it's
Yeah,
all
it's like,
introduction.
What is this happening?
Well, because then you say
you're
it was the same thing
confused.
for that new Lord of the Rings series.
Oh,
Oh no,
Yeah.
that was
That was
no, that
You didn't like
that
that
was
already?
bad.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, it's like on
Yeah.
episode 5 or 6.
I mean, not all. of it.
I've,
It's
I've
not
heard
even
mixed
that's-
reviews.
That's
We
not
watched, like,
even
3
slow,
episodes.
as in like like I'm learning about the characters. It's like you know everything about these characters 5 minutes into it, and it's just stupid. Like,
And that show cost $1 billion.
and
I
I
know,
don't
like,
like watch. I absolutely.
I know
understand it.
exactly why.
Yeah.
It looks
The
beautiful.
graphics in there, everything in it is
Yeah.
beautiful,
They haven't
fantastic,
done
amazing. I feel like it's a real place. That's how good they did with like everything that they made in it. But character wise, it's like, okay, cool. Like I'm a Superman kind of character, and it's like, yeah.
That's why I loved, like,
So happy.
they were saying that Jeff Bezos' son was like, he looked him in the eyes and said,
Oh,
don't fuck this up.
yeah.
You guys did.
Yeah, they filmed it in New Zealand, like the original trilogy.
Oh, did they? Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
fantastic. Like I can't
I don't think they messed it up because it's definitely very, very Lord of the Ringsy.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't make it action.
I don't
or
understand
interesting. It's
the
just it's beautiful
idea.
and it's a bunch of people walking.
So does it have that
Yeah.
Halo effect?
Well, no,
the
I
show-
don't, I don't
Oh, no,
understand why they
Halo's
put
worse.
all the action scenes and everything that's relevant is at the last 5 minutes of the episode. You could literally skip. It's like an hour long, I think, right? You can literally skip 60 minutes of it and watch the end and know exactly what happened in the episode, and then be set up for the next one. And then watch the next one. Just watch the last
So it's
10
like
minutes.
45, 50 minutes of filler?
Nothing, and
It's
it's
like
like
the Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, God. Which one?
No, the newest Mortal Kombat movie is even worse. So if you didn't like Mortal Kombat, you're not gonna watch it.
They got greenlit for another movie.
Yeah.
Watch the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes.
I hate everything you just said to me right now.
I'm just letting you know what's
No, I
what's
know what you're saying. It's in reality, I just hate it.
Because that's what I was laughing because Vince said that Halo
Flip the table
was the
with
worst, and then they're already filming
Yeah.
the second season as well.
I saw that.
You mentioned Halo, and I remember there's a guy I watched. He does a podcast,
Mhm.
and he calls it Master Cheeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Halo was dumb.
Can't
First 5 minutes was great.
Yeah.
Last, everything else was ass.
I feel like that show is like 10 years too late. Like, should have come out like a decade ago.
Yeah.
Despite its popularity.
Oh, you mean like
It's not even
Avatar
that,
2?
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't 2 and 3 supposed to come out like close to each other?
Yeah, but
Next
I mean,
year,
if you
yeah.
had 12, 13 years.
I
you know.
I get it. I get
No,
it.
Avatar is dumb. Like, I don't understand why they decided to come out with the not remake, but I guess the second
Yeah.
of it. Because,
Which one? The blue people?
yeah, exactly. Nobody
The blue
remembers it.
And I don't get how it's still like #1 gross, right?
Well, because he
Yeah.
keeps
All-time.
releasing
It was
it.
the first 4K.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it
was
was
in-
good. I was the first 4K movie.
Yeah, it's
And
the
that-
3D.
no kidding.
It was
3D.
3D. It was
The 3D was,
Oh.
but that's what I was telling DJ and Vince was like, everybody gets on James Cameron. Yeah, does he make good movies? Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason he makes so much fucking money was because he keeps re-releasing it. Remember how they re-released Titanic? And they're like, oh, this movie made this. Yeah, of course it
Did
is.
keep
It's just
putting it
adding.
over
Yeah,
in
just adding onto the
theaters,
growth.
or
Yeah.
something?
So-
Oh,
Yeah.
It was like the
Then-
110th version actually.
Yeah, and then so
Ah.
Avatar he re-releases because his logic is if you've only seen it on your TV in the living room, it's not like seeing
It's
it in
not
the
the
theater.
same.
You haven't seen the movie. Really? Because we have
Yeah.
4K and
Yeah.
8K too.
Yeah,
We
right,
You can
have
have
it.
right.
3D TVs.
Yeah,
now,
so it's like-
let's,
it's like-
let's be real. Curved TVs. and all
Yeah.
that.
But
So-
I do like the title. The title's gonna kill it for them because this is the Book of Water.
Mhm.
So it makes you think
Way
that
of
they're all
water.
different
Way of
types of
water, yeah.
elements.
Well, that's what the third one's about too.
The
So,
third one's
but
the stone.
or something. But I know they filmed them at the same
They
time.
did.
And what
It's
they're
gonna be the
going
Book of
for is like
Air,
how
the Book of
pretty.
Water, the Book of
Yeah.
Fire.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
And then he
you
becomes
know.
the Avatar.
Well, they're going for how pretty it looks. I mean, the first one was was Pocahontas with
Yeah.
aliens,
Yeah.
right? And so now we're going to the Book of Water, and so it's almost like they're giving you a sequel to Pocahontas. With aquatic
Nobody
animals in
wanted.
an alien world. So that to me, I sold it to myself because I'm good with that.
Man, you did a lot of hurdles on that one. didn't
He's
you?
all, I do like water.
He's like, if they have a black Ariel in it, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah.
These movies is this a crossover event?
And in
I heard
Disney
the
World,
Loki was going to be in it too, guys. It's gonna be crazy.
in Disney World, they invested way too much into that ride for them not to do anything else.
That ride is worth it though.
Which one?
That ride was cool. The Disney World's Avatar ride. It's insane. You hop on to, I don't remember what they're called, those little dragon things that they
Mhm,
like fly, and you hop onto it, but it like suppresses you, so you like feel the pressure,
Oh, nice.
and like you drive through, and it's like an entire VR thing around you, and then
Whoa.
you go up and down.
It's
It's crazy.
kinda cool.
No, it's crazy. It's really cool.
Do they have a place where you can walk around in there, or is it just a ride?
No, it's just a ride. They don't have like a world where you can like walk around
Well,
and see all the
he's
stuff.
talking about like the
Yeah,
line,
when did
right?
you
Because
know?
then the tree,
Oh,
you were in
really?
the tree.
Yeah,
DJ Payne.
in the
tree.
line, yeah, you were in the tree of life or whatever it was. And
Oh,
you had
nice.
all the decorations. Which is
That's cool.
yeah.
They had like little videos that were like, all right, we're going to do this. And you're just like, all right. They're like, all right, guys, get on your fucking thing and fly
Yeah.
around and do shit. And you're like, all right.
It was
all
kind
right.
of like
I like doing shit.
soaring over California, but like times 10 basically.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
never
I
done
didn't do
that.
it. I was
Okay.
so scared.
Honestly, I think the last time I went to Disneyland, it was Soaring.
Soaring?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
What's
Jeez.
that going?
No, I did. I'm just saying I
said
haven't
that
seen
last
the
time.
Avatar one, so I
Yeah.
Jeez, I think the last time I went to Disneyland, they still were doing Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
No, really?
My bro,
Yeah,
That's
you
a
are-
throwback. Yeah.
You are old.
I was like, at least I didn't say the Michael Jackson ride.
And a Michael
Wait,
Jackson
I
movie.
remember
God,
that.
yes.
I remember that.
Yeah, there is.
We had a Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Oh,
God, yeah.
God.
That was the first 4D.
Captain, what was it?
Captain
Neo?
Neo, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the ride like?
It was fantastic.
So, have you ever
It was
been
a
on?
movie theater.
Yeah, so you've been on like.
That was legit an actual first 3D movie.
Yeah, because you know how they have the Star Wars
Oh,
ride and you sit in and
yeah,
they move. It's same
Same
thing.
thing as
Just with
that.
Michael Jackson.
And
Well,
have
George
the
Lucas
air,
had
like,
you,
closed.
though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you went to
You
Michael
mean the
Jackson, or like,
Oh God, I hope not.
Neverland.
Oh,
I kind of do.
dude.
I
You
like
can actually watch it on
Neverland.
YouTube.
Neverland is not
Watch
like
it.
how I thought it was.
That's exactly what I
It's like,
thought.
we have a ride to Neverland.
Right?
Yeah.
You're a boy, stay on after. No.
All right, so my editor is telling me we need to cut it close. So this was very interesting. A lot of random stuff. So we're gonna try our hardest to get back on track. I know we've all had our lives and stuff like that, and then like me mentally, I've been all over the place. But I want to say thank you to everybody that does support us because this means a lot to all of us. Um, we're getting kind of crazy with our ideas and stuff like that. And we always come up with ideas, but we're gonna get back around to getting to them or whatever because there's a lot of conversations I'd like to have. So, but yeah, for all you guys that have been listening to us, I want to say thank you again for actually listening to us. We appreciate everything. You guys stay safe out there and just live life.
Thanks for eating the snacks.
Thank you.
Yeah.